Hey guys, Natasha Tessier here. I am the owner of Dwell Realty and Design in Houston by EXP. So today I thought I would talk to you about why I joined EXP. It's really been life-changing for me. Do I think it's for everybody? No, but I'd love to kind of go over why I joined EXP. Hey guys, I'm Natasha Tessier. I am just about to hit my 4-year mark as an agent. And my story is I started out at RE/MAX and I was promised the world. I was promised to have a one-on-one mentorship with the broker. My desk was going to be by her. In the interview, she brought somebody else in and said, oh, well, she gives us all her buyers because she only works with sellers. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I kind of trusted the lady. So I interviewed at Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, RE/MAX. I didn't know about EXP at the time. And so I signed on. This was in 2018. So here it is, 2022, 4 years later. And the very first day, my office was put on the other side of the building, not next to the broker. And then I was supposed to take property call. And for some reason, the only thing I got for property call was like really low rentals. Nothing else ever came through. I started figuring out that she had a team, and I didn't know there were such things as teams. So the lady that she brought in to our interview, when I was getting hired, was on her team. So of course she was getting leads from her, but I never got any of those. So I approached the broker early on and I was like, hey, I want to be on your team. And she was like, oh, you don't need a team. You're such a go-getter. Like, these people can't produce their own leads. You don't need a team. You're good. I was like, oh, okay, that was nice of her. So I kept going, and I'm a go-getter, I am. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna run a Facebook ad. And she's like, oh no, you're not ready to run Facebook ads. You're just not ready. Well, I ran one anyway, and I got my first lead. It was only a $150,000 house, but I did close it. And then I kept asking, what can I do? What can I do? And she was like, oh, you need to come to the trainings. So I'd go to the trainings at the office, and it would be on home warranties and inspections. Again, I didn't have any leads. So here I am, like 3 or 4 months in, I'm paying these monthly fees. I'm paying, the RE/MAX fee, all this stuff. And I have one sale, my $150,000. So then I went to her again and I said, hey, I really want to be on your team. Like, I need somebody to help me get these leads. And she was like, oh, you're too busy with your kids. Like, if you're at a baseball game, and I call you 2 strikes and you're out. And I was like, okay. So she's like, kind of rude about it. And I was like, wow. I told my husband, like, this is not gonna work for me because I'm gonna go broke, because I don't have enough work. So then I did get an open house lead and close that. And then the next thing was, I was sitting in bed one night and I was watching, like, when you first become an agent, literally you get 5 million ads towards you. And it's like, oh, do this mentoring and do this coaching and whatever. So there was a coaching lady on there and she was giving examples of people who had taken her coaching course. And she said, take Elizabeth Riley, for example. She took my course and she's in Austin and she sells 20 million a year. And I was like, I don't know why. I think it was a God thing, but anyway, I stopped the computer and I looked her up and it said she was from Tomball, Texas, which is where I lived at the time. And I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, how is this coaching course? And she was like, oh, I haven't taken that coaching course. And I'm like, you're on the video. She's like, I know. She called me and asked if she could pick my brain on why I was so successful, and I'm an open book. So I told her, and now she tells everybody I took her course. So that was kind of funny. Anyway, we kind of hit it off. She has 4 kids. I have 3 kids. We're both from Texas. We start chatting and she tells me about EXP. Never heard of it. Don't know anything about it. Cloud-based brokerage. And she's like, you should come up on Monday. We're doing this EXP Power Girls in Dallas. Come up, sit by me. Let me show you what it's all about. I'm not spontaneous. I overthink everything. I'm the middle of 5, but my husband's like, just go, just drop off the kids at school and drive up there. So I did. It was like 3.5 hours. I drove up there, sat by Elizabeth, and I knew that day that I had to go to EXP. The collaboration and the support was amazing. I still know people. They were from Ohio and Florida and all over. I still know those women. I can still reach out to them and ask for help. I can refer to them. They referred to me. So I knew that day I came home and I told my husband, well, first of all, it was a lot less expensive. So I was doing a 35-65 split. I didn't even realize that another 5% was going to RE/MAX. And then, so basically a 60-40 split, and it was like $250 or $350. It was $250 discounted because I was new, going up to $350. I got to EXP and I pay $85 a month for an 80-20 split. But the bigger thing was the training and the collaboration. So we have a world and I can give you a guest pass to it, but that's where I learned everything. So figuring out how you want to market, I mentor some people in my downline, and I always tell them, you know, you can pick 2 ways or 3 ways to lead generate. Well, you can't do all of it. You can't cold call, open house, social media, YouTube, you know, whatever. So I moved over to EXP immediately, and my business just took off. I mean, it just took off because I called Elizabeth every single day and I'm like, what do I do about this? How do I do this? I just kept bugging her. And then finally I started my first full year, which was 2019. I sold 29 homes. 2020, I sold 47 homes. In 2021, last year, I sold 62 homes. Here it is May, and I've already sold 40 in, what year are we, 22. So I figured it out. I took off, I was disciplined, I did the training. The thing is, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a salesperson. So if you aren't a go-getter, you know, I have another agent below me and she said, oh, you know, I'm gonna go over here, they're gonna hand me leads. Well, A, they're gonna hand them to you, and B, they're gonna take a huge chunk from you. So no matter where you go, you're gonna have to get your own leads. But if you have the support behind you and the collaboration, and the reason I like it, I was collaborating with Elizabeth. She's 4 hours from me, 3 hours from me. We're not in the same market. So every day I could call her and say, well, what do you do about this? Well, how do I work this? You know, whatever. So it's important for you to have people who are gonna back you and support you in your real estate career. And that's one of the markers of EXP that we pride ourselves on is collaboration. Not only that, a huge percentage, because we're nationwide and now we're in 17 or 19 countries, I get a ton of referrals all over the nation from people. Hey, because we always refer to EXP because we own the company as the agents, and the more we grow the company, the better. So anyway, lots to talk about, but I just wanted to do this first kind of intro video and tell you why I joined EXP. My whole channel is going to be dedicated to helping agents, trying to get you guys more successful into that 6-figure range, and just supporting you and loving on you. So anyway, if you ever have questions, you can always message me. I will list my cell phone number below and reach out. If you're ever interested in switching brokers, let me know and I'd be happy to chat with you. And please hit the subscribe button below for future videos all about just how to get 10 listings a month, how I did what I did, and how I became so successful. I'm going to share it with you guys. So anyway, I hope you have a blessed day.